Here are three signs that you are addicted to achieving. I'm Nicole Song, America's work-life balance coach and best-selling author, and it's been a minute, and I'm glad to be back here with all of you to talk about topics like this because it is my favorite conversation to have. So here's the biggest mistake that high-achieving professional women really make when it comes to achieving, and the signs that you are actually addicted to it. And here's the biggest mistake is that you actually let the achievement be more important than anything else in your life. So here's a few signs that the achievement is actually starting to take over. And the first one is that you have a competitive streak and it goes beyond healthy to overly intense. So if you are already knowing this is you, drop a yes in the comments below and let me know. And this is for those of you who are trying to win at literally everything you do. Like there is no way for you to participate in something neutrally, from playing Wordle to sports to work. Like everything for you is a competition. And one of the real challenges around this is actually when you are competing like this, like you're not competing just to win, but you're often also sometimes competing to take other people out. So when that is happening, that is actually one of the big signs that you are actually addicted to achieving. And it's not truly about making an impact or doing something to just help yourself grow and expand. There's actually quite a bit of a cost to it. The second sign that you are addicted to achieving is that you sacrifice yourself along the way. The competitiveness and the achievement make you so laser focused that you actually start to sacrifice and become a little bit of, you give up on the things that actually matter, like sleep, working out, your sanity, your boundaries, your self-care, the list goes on. So notice when you're doing this, when you're starting to sacrifice yourself, and then you start to wonder how everyone else is crushing it in the world and you barely have enough time to, follow this goal that you care about. And then in the meantime, you're not actually feeling balanced or whole or grounded at any level. And when you're losing that wholeness and that groundedness, that is a really big place to examine and to start to look, which leads us to the third sign that you are addicted to achieving, and is that you are crazy hard on yourself. Like you could not come up with a harsher critic for you than the human that is standing in front of you. And what happens is like you're critical all along the way. So no matter how well you're doing, so maybe you're going for a promotion at work and you are just critical of every single moment and every single thing that you're doing along the way. And it also shows up as criticism of your team, of other people that you're working with. You're like, nobody can do it good enough, and that you're really the only person who can do it. But even as you're doing it, you're holding yourself to a standard that is just insane, intense. It's part of the reason you sacrifice yourself along the way, and you really can't let go. There's no way and there's no space and possibility for you to say, hey, I can actually stop this at any time. That attachment, that intensity, those are the things to really start to watch out for. And that inner critic is really driving so much of that, who is telling you and being so hard on you and saying, you're not doing a good enough job. You're never going to get there. You got to do more, etc. And so the real issue with all of this when we're talking about achievement is it leads to burnout. And that it is so easy to burn out when you're not balanced, when you're not making time for the things that will help you feel really good about where you are in your life. It means that you're not really working into balance. And as a high achiever, I will say this: achievement and making an impact in the world actually often go hand in hand. I'm not saying that being an achiever is a bad thing per se. The issue is more when you are sacrificing yourself at all costs to do this. And that's when it's time to stop and to say, is this worth it? Is this really what matters to me? Is this actually the most important thing? And if you are someone who never stops, drop a comment below. Let me know if I'm talking to you. But it's really important for us to realize when you are trying to achieve at all costs and that you really have lost sight of the bigger picture. You've lost sight of what it is you're actually really trying to do. And it can show up in so many ways, like you're not sleeping, you're not moving your body, you're not setting clear boundaries. So check yourself on all of those pieces. And then you're like, okay, well, what does it take for me to get there, to actually start to be ambitious and to be goal oriented without being addicted to that achievement? And it really truly starts with trust. It starts with having unbreakable trust in yourself that you will get somewhere, but you don't have to sacrifice yourself along the way. And in my methodology, the Clear Calling method, trust is the first and most essential piece. And having unbreakable trust in particular is the most essential piece of breaking this cycle of addiction to achievement. And so if you're someone who's looking to build that trust and you're like, I would love to start to build that trust, it really starts with actually doing what you say you're going to do. So if for you, you really struggle with any kind of self-care, you struggle with actually making sure that you're sleeping enough, that would be the first thing, and saying, okay, I'm going to sleep, 7 hours tonight. And then you actually do it. And day after day, you're actually starting to do that for yourself. When you can keep your own word to yourself, that's how you start to really build a much deeper level of trust that you can let go of a project. You can start to have some more room and some more space to have balance in your life. And then that is actually going to allow you real growth rather than the addiction to achievement. And if you're looking to build a deeper level of trust with yourself, check out my 5-day morning challenge. And that is truly around creating morning routine habits that allow you to feel energized and awake and excited every single day and moving out of the burnout so you can actually feel really good about how you approach your life and build that deep level of trust with yourself. Right? If this resonates with you, hit like, hit subscribe, and I deliver all more of this content and more every single week. And join me again.